Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Thought for Thursday. I'm so glad to have you here with me today. And you know that Thought for Thursday is the portion of Leveling Up the podcast that we bring to you on Thursdays, a 15-minute segment. And all of 15 minutes is all we take to talk about a subject that may need some support for you, something that may be a pain point for you. We bring you 5 tips in 15 minutes so that when you leave here, you will go away prepared to handle that thing that we are talking about, to make yourself better, to get on the other side of where you currently are in the matter. So, again, thank you for being here with us today, tonight, whatever time you may be watching this. As you know, we frequently talk about what? We talk about reinvention. It's no different here tonight. We're going to talk about that. And I'm frequently talking to you about the various things that you need to do, including recognizing that there is a need for reinvention, making sure that you align yourself appropriately and get the support that's needed, making sure that you understand that you need to pursue that life where you thrive and not one where you are just merely surviving. Well, tonight I want to talk to you about some resources that you should look into right now as you're preparing and going into 2026. Some resources that are going to help you to stage, all right? Stage that platform, stage that foundation from which you are trying to build something better, and which you may be trying to go someplace new. So, again, we're talking resources tonight. And you know that we do things in fives around here in 15 minutes. So, we're going to talk about 5 tools that you can use in making yourself more knowledgeable and getting the information that is needed to help you to propel forward. So, what good is it for you to pursue something if you don't have all of the proper tools that are needed to pursue it? It require, I'm sorry, reinvention requires, getting a little tongue tied, it requires more than just simply willpower, right? If it required just that, some of us may have been able to kind of muster it a little sooner. That's a portion of what's needed, but we need the resources. We need the resources that are required. We need the new input. We need the new learning. We need new connections, whatever it is that's going to help us to grow. We need to make sure that we are pursuing that thing. So, tonight, again, I want to talk to you about 5 tools that you can use, 5 tools that are going to help you. The first one, of course, and we talk about this already, are professional development tools. These are the tools that are going to help you to be better in that area where you want to grow, perhaps, where you want to go. It could be a new area. And in pursuing professional development, there was a time when we always had to go into a classroom or perhaps, study from books and wait for the books to come in. Well, now the way that technology is set up, most of what we can do, I would venture to say all of what we can do outside of being inside to network, okay, being in the room, so to speak, in person to network, although that's done now, right, online. But what I'm trying to say is you don't have to go out. You can get to the knowledge that you need, the professional development that you need right online. There are various places that you can look, various platforms, various learning venues that you can pursue that will give you classes, that will give you training on what it is that you need to know. Check into your LinkedIn platforms, for example. There's LinkedIn Learning where you can pursue some things. There's Coursera that has free courses as well as courses that are going to get you certifications and things. Skillshare kind of all of those are really kind of for some quick and practical courses on things such as leadership, for example. Personal branding is another thing that we need training around. We're doing new things, and we need to make sure our brand is properly set up so that we can generate the momentum, generate the feedback, generate whatever it is that we need to get our name out there, to get whatever product it is that you're trying to push. There are courses that you need to take perhaps on digital marketing, emotional intelligence. We've got to be able to read the room, to know the room, to focus and be able to serve the room. For many of us, women who are shifting careers, it's good to check into companies, that have returnship programs. Companies like Deloitte, for example, IBM, Booz Allen Hamilton also has a returnship program, as well as Goldman Sachs. They all offer these kinds of programs. Now, some outside of the box kind of thinking we may need to do. Instead of waiting for the right opportunity, all right, create one by developing a skill that opens new doors. Yeah. So I'm talking to you about where you can go to learn about these skills, but perhaps you can even create one of your own. That's a professional development area that really kind of steps outside of the box, doesn't it? Requires that out of the box thinking. What else? And I know that we've mentioned this before. It's important to be able to tap into people who do what it is that you do, who perhaps have already paved the way. Wisdom, we talked about wise counsel. I talked about that this week in my Triumphant Tuesday, and how I've always had seniors in my family. My grandparents were wise counsel for me. Well, it's important that you be able to tap into mentorship and wise counsel. And it doesn't have to be one way. Pair with someone younger, for example, for tech trends or social media strategy. My children frequently teach me things about social media, and I kind of consider myself pretty savvy. But I guarantee you, if I go to them and ask something, they're going to know at least one or two, probably many more things than I already know. Join platforms, for example, like 10,000 Coffees or Mentor Her to find a mentor. Those are some resources that you can tap into, giving you another outside of the box kind of thinking thing. Schedule quarterly growth conversations with women who are like minded. They could be like minded, but try to focus too on them being different industries to give you different perspectives and give you exposure to some new things that very well may spark creativity and spark your confidence. All right. So make sure that you include mentors and reverse mentorship relationships in what it is that you're using as tools for your reinvention. And again, the first was making sure that you look into professional development courses and look for those that are right online, right at your fingertip, that's not going to require a whole lot for you to go out exactly and pursue these things. What else? How about getting yourself a personal board of directors? Now, stick with me on this. Every thriving woman, all right, because my audience, as you know, is predominantly female, and I want to talk directly to you. We all need our own inner circle of accountability and perspective. I know that we've talked about that before as well. So it's important for you to include someone in your circle who's going to challenge you, someone who supports you, and someone who's ahead of you. It may be the same person who does all of those things. Why is it important to do this? Because these people are going to keep you accountable, and they're going to do just what I said they should be included for. They're going to challenge you. They're going to give you a different perspective. They're going to support you. They may be steps ahead of you. So they're able to hold your hand when necessary to lead you in the direction in which you need to go. Make it official. Okay. Make it official. Host quarterly virtual check-ins, with your group to discuss goals, to discuss progress, to discuss lessons and next moves. All of those things, okay, are going to help you to position yourself for success, to position yourself so that you don't become discouraged when you get stuck. They're going to help to pull you out of that stuck space and help to lead you into the area where you can find the answers that you need, that you can begin to churn again those ideas and the creativity and the plan that you've put in place and pursue those guidelines by which you're trying to adhere. All right. What else can you do? Well, I said it. It's something I did earlier this week and something that I try to do on a regular basis. Make sure that you're getting into conferences and meetings and meetups, places that are going to align with your purpose. Invest in those spaces. That may be an investment or that is an investment that you need to make. Sometimes it is going to require money in order for you to get to those spaces. But there are also places where you don't have to make a large investment or a financial investment at all. It could be investing your time. It could be investing your services, volunteer in exchange for being able to be in a place where you can gather knowledge and grow. So attend things like, virtual conferences, attend those in place, women empowerment summits, industry specific forums and meetings and conferences that are going to expose you to new strategies and collaborations. Don't just attend, volunteer to speak. All right, volunteer to speak. Now, I know for many of us and for many of you on this platform, you are trying to grow a speaking career, or you already are in a speaking career. You have speaking experience. Because you do, that doesn't mean that, or because you are volunteering, doesn't mean that you always have to volunteer your speaking. So you need to weigh what is it that you need to do in order that's going to bring you the most traction, that's going to give you the most gain. That is the area in which you need to think about, do I do this at cost? Do I do this for free? Or is this the time where I need to request payment for what it is that I'm sharing for my expertise? So there's a fine line in there that you need to kind of teeter on, and you need to know when it is that you need to approach things and in what way in which you need to approach things. All right. And the last tool that I want to tell you about is digital tools that support your growth. Use things like Trello and Notion to track your goals, for example. For example, to track those reinvention goals. All right. Try Focus at Will or Brain .fm for deep focus. Some of us need to really, really get in and find ourselves in a place where we can get that stillness so that we can get the ideas generating and get the focus in place. Subscribe to newsletters, HBR Women at Work, or someone that I just recently connected with, Marie Forleo, okay, for weekly inspiration. There are all kinds of places where you can get your inspiration. And treat these things, treat your phone, for example, something that you may not even think of as being a tool. Treat it like a success toolbox. Um, Fill it with growth apps, for example. There are all kinds of apps that you can download for free, some for cost as well. But there are apps that you can use instead, and have them so that they are usable for growth and not distraction. We spend a lot of time on social media just scrolling, don't we? How if we could trade just some of that time for development? Think about that. And then go out and look for some apps that you can put on your phone that are going to help you to do that. So, wrapping things up here, reinvention isn't just, of course, about change, it's about expansion. And in order to expand, You have to make sure that you have the tools that are necessary, that are going to help you, that are going to facilitate that expansion, that are going to help you to grow to where you want to go, into the woman that you want to be. All right, into the reinvented place that you want to go. So think of it this way: as you're pulling your tools together, you're really not starting over. All right, you're really starting smarter. And that's what these tools are aimed at giving you. All right. So make sure you're looking into professional development. You're looking for mentors. You're setting yourself up with a board of directors, perhaps your personal board of directors that's going to keep you accountable. Attend those conferences and networking events that align with your purpose. And then look at the digital tools that are going to bring you to a place of success. All right. I have given you 5 tools that hopefully you're going to walk away from here and begin to implement so that you can further sturdy that foundation by which you're going to grow. I want to give you another option here. We did the mastermind a few days ago, and I want to bring it back. We had a schedule, and I want to bring it back, and it's coming up in 2 weeks. And in this mastermind, we are going to make serious headway in setting that 90-day plan up, because that's what we need to do. We need to get things formulated so that we are designing things purposely to give us the success that we desire to have. So I'm going to put this up. And this tells you about how it is that you can register for the mastermind. Go ahead and scan that QR code. It is absolutely free. We've condensed it to 1 day instead of a 3-day boot camp. It will be the best couple of hours you have spent this entire month, because you're going to walk away with something tangible that you're going to be able to use in your planning, and something that is going to help you with your goals, something that's going to help you with a timeline, something that's going to help you with a plan for how it is that you want to move, how it is you want to grow, what it is you want to do. Go and sign up today. The QR code is there. For those in this area, and perhaps you just want to come visit us in December, we're doing the Queen's Brunch. We are celebrating women in the community, women who may consider themselves even everyday women. All right, because all of us wear tiaras, whether they actually are physically seen and they're glistening, or we know that they're there because we are doing the work that's necessary to make our community better, to make ourselves better, to pave the inroads that we desire to pave, to be the people that we desire to be. Come out and celebrate with us. It's being held on the 13th. Busboys and Poets in Hyattsville. Tickets are on sale right now, and they have begun to sell. I'm so excited about that. The QR code to come in and be a part of that brunch is there. We will be giving back to a women's society to help women in the workplace, business suits. We will be donating gently used clothing so that we can help someone and help them to bring about the reinvention that they desire to have. It will be a real time of celebration, and I would love it if you're in this area and you can attend. And that's it for tonight. Listen, go out, make sure that you do whatever is necessary so that your imprint is seen, so that you are making the inroads that you need, that you're getting the professional development that you need to pursue in order to shore up that foundation for that new place that you're trying to go, for that new area you're trying to develop. Make sure you sign up for the boot camp so that we can get a roadmap to kick things off. And in all that you do, remember, be yourself, be authentically you. There's no one better than you to be you. No one has your thumbprint. Go out and touch something, make it better for you. Make it better for those around you. And until we meet again, ensure that you are doing all that you possibly can to stay well. Thanks for listening.